Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. So I had a bit of a fun adventure recently. It's actually kind of sad because I've had so many intros since I actually did this, but I went to the Renaissance Fair recently. Now, when you're seeing this video, it's definitely out of season for the Renaissance Fair, so this is not a great topical time for it. But I went back in October of 2023. And I guess that seems like an age in the past at this point. But I mostly bring this up because it was a really cool event. I just really enjoy the Renaissance Fair. There's something, oh, how do I describe it? It's the actors and the quality of it all and the improv that goes into it. I have a friend who actually participates in the whole physical. It's a kind of like a LARP, right? Like a live action role play in a sense, but some people are getting paid for it and some people are just participating for fun. And my friend is one of the latter folks. He has a lot of people he knows at the Renaissance Fair, and so he goes and just kind of participates in the whole bit, and it's really good. It's really, really funny. I mean, it's not like compelling from a story perspective, but it's just fun and the interactions that they can play off each other and stuff, and all the improv that goes on. It's kind of like when you think about it, it's only maybe like a $40 ticket or something, if even. I don't really remember, honestly, at this point. But you're kind of going and you're paying for like a really good entertainment day. And then you also get the opportunity to buy from some small shops that are just like doing cool things. I always buy, what are they called? There's people there who are like, I don't remember the name of the company, and I'm not going to shill for them anyway, even though they're a small business. Come at me, but it's a honey people, a group. They're like local honey folks who make their own honey and stuff, and there's a lot of really good flavors, and they put them in these little sticks that you can just chew on for the over the course of the day, and you get like a whole dose of honey. A dose, like it's a drug or something. No, it's you just get a bunch of honey, and it's really nice. It's very tasty. There's a lot of diverse flavors, and just in general, I had a whole blast of a time. I didn't even do any of the ridiculous things like going to the joust or whatever. Those did obviously happen. I was just mostly browsing shops, walking around, and hanging out with a friend I haven't seen in a while. So it was a real good time. I'm a big fan. And I mostly bring this up because I'm just kind of interested if Renaissance fairs are a common occurrence elsewhere. I mean, I know that they're at least in a few states in the United States, so that's one thing, but is there like a UK Renaissance fair? I have to imagine that must exist, but there might not be space for it because the land on which I went to the Renaissance fair is big. It's a big area. And that's like, okay, that's dedicated to the Ren Fair. Is that even does that exist in other countries? Maybe not. Hard to say. But anyway, it was a nice little fun diversion, and I had a lot of fun. I tend to go every year. I don't always, and I didn't go during the pandemic, that heat of 2020 to 2022, but I did go in 2023, and that was pretty sick. So, but anyway, let's play some Monster Train. What the heck are we doing? Oh yeah, so I was doing Monster Train, the Expert Challenges. Let's reset that. What are we on? We're currently on a 227 win streak. We had a bit of a difficult run. Yes, the Morsel Maker infusion like you do. So it was Morsel Maker infused into Hef's Consolation with a Sunderstone. Pretty awesome. Animus of Will times 2. There was a holdover perils reduction in there and double holdover -2 void bindings. The -2 being a little bit unfortunate. I was kind of holding out for a double stack or something. And was it a 0 cost deck mostly? I think this was with Penumbra. Am I outrageous? Am I just wrong? Gosh, my notes don't include what it was. Hold up, you get to see the power of run history here. I think it was with Penumbra. It's this guy here, right? Totally, it's totally this run. Look at me, I'm just literally describing it. It's exactly correct. Amazing. So this was the run. We'll go ahead and move on to Rector then. All right, I've recorded some stuff since then. Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes it's really hard for me to tell what I'm actually doing at any given time. If my notes aren't perfect, it can be, tough. So, anyway, let's move on to Rector. Seems good. I could maybe dodge a Dark Calling run here. It'd be nice. I'm a little over burnout Rector though. I've had a few runs with him recently. I've also had some Harvest Rector runs, which are nice. Yeah, I don't know. I could kind of go for whatever here. We'll see. All right, Monster Train, don't do me wrong. So I guess we'll go ahead and get in on it. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and that's pretty cool by me. Well, I guess my notes actually got truncated. There was also, excuse me, let me fix this and not cut it short. Morsels with Chain of Gems and Abandoned, what is that? Abandoned Entumbra. I know what my notes are saying. And Winged Technology. I was using them to tank. Cool. All right. Let's play some Rector. Seems good to me. That is Covenant 25. Yeah, all right. I play so many different modes now that it's just I have no idea what I'm running. I just have no idea. Absolutely not. All right, this is pretty good. I'll take it. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing good. Doing peachy, having a nice one of it. It's early in the week for me. It is a very busy week for me. I wish I could just take time off comfortably and not feel like I was constantly falling behind. One of the biggest things I struggle with at work is just, well, making sure I'm not too overly busy. It's the curse of, well, I guess I do a good job at my job. And so they always have something for me to do. Now, fortunately, I get paid pretty well for my work, so I'm not really bothered by it, but it would be nice to be able to just take some time off and not be stressed out during my time off. And that part of that is self-training. I need to train myself to do better about it, but it is what it is. I'm trying here. I'm trying. We're all trying here. It's the whole thing. We're just trying to get through the days and make money and have a good time with our life. That's really all it's about. So, anyway, let's play Monster Train. Today we are default melting, default Hellhorned. It's pretty good. I mean, we have torches. I can't say no to that. Pings are always nice to have. And it's a good clan combo for pretty much anything. So, we'll see what we're shown. Facing Pushback Talos, Spell Shield Arcus, and Chase Seraph with Entombed Explosive, Welder Helper, and Subsuming Blade. Interestingly, so many units that this is going to be pretty slim on the redraw. Subsuming Blade is great. It's a better ping. I can invest in this early. Holdover -2 and this would be nuts. Welder Helper, Entombed Explosive. I mean, these are both great if I can find Burnout 1 Endless or something for them. So, reforms at least. I don't know. We'll see what we have to do here. There's really little direction provided at this point, but it's good either way, so. Temples today are 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5 temples. Excellent. I love the flexibility. All late game temples is not bad. There is at least one in the early game, which is nice, but it's a bit earlier than I would like. Usually I don't like committing to infusions that early. Dupe on 8 is Steel side, nothing special. Steel and Magic shops on 7. Steel is a bit better with the Vortex. Magic does have the Cave, though. I can see myself going either way. Caverns, Hellvent, and Removal. So a Removal dupe on 6 is very powerful. Competing with an okay Steel shop. It's got at least a Relic on it, so that's not bad. There's a Trinket shop with Vortex on 5. Competes with a Steel shop and Cave. Okay, fair enough. I love Hellhorned trinket shops, but the challenge is you need to actually have the payouts. Like, you need the Endless Imp to really look for your Ashes of the Fallen or something, right? So we'll see. Another removal dupe, but this time with a Hellhorn banner on 4. It's nice. There's no shops on 4 at all. The other side is actually pretty weak. You have a Horde and money and health, and that's it. It's pretty low value, but it's not terrible, I guess. It's okay. I would rather if I could use the removal dupe, but we'll see. I need a good dupe at least. What else? Double Steel shops early game. We have Remnant Banner on the Magic side. Actually, double shops. Yeah, look at that. 2 Magic, 2 Steel. The Remnant Banner on 3 is with the Magic. Steel shop on 3 has health. And then we get a Forced Hellhorn banner on 2. So some variety, I suppose, but not a lot of banners. It's okay. It's Rector. See what we're going to get. I'm going to go ahead and click the Horde. Resin Block or Iron Drop Cage. Both of these could be good. I don't have anything that forces the value here. I'm going to take Resin Block because if I see reforms, I'm clicking them. And if this ends up on Dark Calling, this is nuts. This makes even late game Dark Calling pivots really strong. Yeah, and it is going to be a Dark Calling run, isn't it? Alright, fair enough. We have Accumulator, but the Dark Calling is just huge here. And we have pings, lots of good ones. We have Reach. into the back line. So let's take this horde. I think Votive Key here is bad because it hurts my Dark Calling. It's only good on turn 1 because it keeps Rector alive. After that, it gets in my way. Let's take Jack Strips. This is a relic that I think gets... how should I say this? It gets less credit than it deserves. It's not as great as, obviously, some of the others here, but... Like, I mean, look at this. Clergy. I just slammed this Spikes trial, and they're all dead anyway. Literally no downside. True. So I'm going to actually play Rector middle? Am I? No, I'm going to play him top, and that's going to be fine. I think the angle is actually you play the Dreg, then you play the Rector, then you just Subsuming Blade up here. And the nice thing about that is we get that reformed. I could do it with Train Stewards. It's not necessarily bad, but I don't want to keep getting back Burnout 1 dudes. So let's put the Train Steward down middle, at least for the Collector. I think that's correct. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and get the Explosive dead middle. And I'm going to... Interesting questions. I do want to get these Dregs replayed quickly. So let's go ahead and get them shot. Then we're just going to get so much value out of... Yeah, we get a lot of value out of Rector here. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and self-ping my own Entombed Explosive and otherwise chill. Whichever ones I hit here are powerful. Yeah, you just get the Entombed Explosive. We shoot one of these guys. We play a Dreg. Cool. Yeah, there's no real reason to play this Welder Helper here. I guess you could drop it upstairs and guarantee Relentless. It's pretty decent, actually. Sure, 20 armor there is pretty comfortable. And we'll go ahead and put numbers in here. It at least does 12 damage to the guy, right? And we get reforms throughout, which is good. I'm going to drop the bomb here, which is incredible. Huge value. And then you just put down Burnout 4 guy and he dies. Yeah, I mean, this is like... Resin block plus reforms is just huge. Give me a draft and this goes nuts. We do not see a draft. Drip Fault, man, we had taken the drop cage. It's okay. We're going to actually grab the Hallow Drippings here, and I'm happy with that. Reason being, I need something that keeps my units from dying completely. Man, the drop cage and the hidden passage here, nuts. Click vent, it's fine. I'm actually okay with not having the drop cage because the Resin block plus Dark Calling synergy gives me so much power that I'm super into it. There's a Burnout 1 there. Could go into an imp. Huh. Alpha Fiend Branded Warrior? I don't love him. Alpha Fiend's too big. Branded Warrior is, I guess, usable. I'm going to click it. I'm not going to take this quick, I don't think. I could. I'd rather re-roll here for Endless or... I mean, Endless is good just because I could self-infuse an Entombed Explosive and go nuts. I'd rather reform something that I'm backlining with. So I think we re-roll this for an Endless. But my play is I'm going to take this Wickstone first because those are hard to find and good to have. Large Stone is bad. Okay, we don't take any of that trash then. -2 here, I'm putting it into Subsuming Blade. This is very worth it. Intrinsic, however, I don't take. We move on. 30 shards is quite a bit for how low direction we have, but I think we're okay. Mark of Invasion is fine. Remember, I have Jack Strips. This is kind of free. I just have to make sure Rector doesn't pass away is all. Yeah, so the angle here is you ping one guy, you drop the Branded Warrior here, he dies, you play Rector, and we're okay with how this plays out. We get a free reform, and then they all die to Jackstrip's value. It's good. It's good. We're going to go ahead and Subsuming Blade middle, clearing that. I want a Torch for money. It's easy choices. Play the Entombed Explosive. Now, there's an argument to play them top floor because I get to auto-reform them. I like that quite a bit. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna play Burnout 1s upstairs and let them both burn out, and we get to reform them automatically, and that's okay with me. That is pretty good. Now, our floor is impressively pretty powerful right now. So I think the play is Branded Warrior and Tomb on bottom. I need something to reform, so oddly enough, I'm going to play the Dreg upstairs and just shoot him out. There's a lot of stuff I could draw into that helps bottom floor. It is, like, Dregs are okay. Even a train... Well, no, a train student's bad. It's just one hit. Dregs are better. We might leak this guy on middle. I could go for a decent chunk of damage. We'll just have to see. Okay, I'm going to play the other bomb. Ooh, the bomb could go upstairs, though. Bomb upstairs clears the floor, which I do like quite a bit. Playing big drag downstairs is worthwhile. That is a lot of extra damage. I want to put the drag upstairs because it takes this blast. That's good. And then I'm going to clear the conduit downstairs. I was going to say, I don't think it changes anything, but that's okay. It doesn't, let's see. Putting this dragon back actually does more damage because it gains rage here. Yeah, okay, fine. We're all right. We get reforms. They're guaranteed. Good. A good turn, honestly. I mean, this is pretty close to over, I think. Does he trample here? No, he does not. So if we just drop in extra dregs, we win. Yeah, okay. Simple. A strange ring 2 for 30 shards, but we don't take any damage and we get everything. So what can I say? It's not bad. Click draft. Draft is good. Draft is excellent. Ritual. It could be ritual. I don't know. You could very easily do something like draft into Branded Warrior here and have a functional line. He's not a great unit for it. There's better stuff. There's much better stuff in general. Anything from that Remnant banner, like Baron would be better. I'm looking for permanent stats. The reason Branded Warrior is a problem is because his rage goes away and he just burns out constantly. This is unfortunate. We have him because I needed to click something and he did help there, but I could pivot now. Another vent is no, I'd rather upgrade the one I have. Ritual of Battle is okay, but again, rage goes away on burnout, and I have the resin block, so let's lean into it. Is Fortify ever worth clicking here? It's pretty low impact. I think we skip this, yeah. Unfortunate, but fine. Now, I'd love the steel shop here, but do I need to look at a Remnant banner? Because let me be real with you, the Branded Warrior is not looking compelling here. What does the magic shop give me? Holdover is online. Subsuming Blade Holdover would be sick. Double stack anywhere? No, I don't think so. Maybe the Hallow Drippings. I might remove Consume a Hallow Drippings if they showed it to me. It would allow me to formulate my line better. Let's go to this magic shop. There's at least 2 things of value here. And most importantly, I think the Remnant banner is good to look at. Yeah, I'm going to click that Remove Consume. Oh, Paraffin Enforcer. It's actually just going to be Lady of the House. Ooh, is it? Is it Lady of the House? She burns out slowly is the thing. I think this Paraffin Enforcer line is nuts, actually. Right? This is nuts. Even though it is Rage, it's crazy powerful. We get a draft in on him, and then he's got decent stats. We find, like, Quick, and they clear floors. The lady is also good. She's a functional win con here. Her stat bar is just really good. 35, 45, solid. The only downside is she does not burn out fast enough, so we can't leverage the resin block and Dark Calling very effectively. Just takes too long for her to die. So I'm going to click on Paraffin Enforcer. We do a draft infusion here. He burns out in 1. It's honestly perfect. Amazing. I'm glad I did it. We're going to go ahead and remove Consume the Hallow Drippings. This is going to be important for me to actually formulate some kind of meaningful line here. Let's 20 and consume a torch. Yes, I have enough for the holdover if we re-roll into it and it's expensive. We see it. Holdover at 105. So I'm going to take the money in the middle for sure. I'm going to hold over. I think it's Subsuming Blade. Let me tell you why. One, it's good for killing my own units, so I'm guaranteed to be able to reform them quickly on the right turns. Two, I already have the upgrade I want in it, which is a -2. If I had a +30 on the vent, I might think differently, but I don't. I'm not guaranteed to see it, and it turns out it's pretty far away. So yeah, we're going to hold over the Subsuming Blade. This is solid. I love this. We're going to take the boons simply so I can buy this -1 into something. And I'm going to do that into a torch. This seems bizarre, but let me be clear. I actually think doing a little upgrade like that, it makes torch a little more palatable. Yeah, we got Malika. This is complete garbo. I don't want it. Fine. Yeah. Now, we're going to be removing Branded Warrior. He's fine for now. I think, oh man, it's a real shame this removal dupe does not line up with an upgraded Paraffin Enforcer. We can just dupe the Subsuming Blade, though, and I'm actually okay with that. Yeah. Dupe Subsuming Blade is solid. It would be pretty unlikely for them to show me something I feel better about here than the Paraffin Enforcer. I think the only unit I would consider to be an improvement here is Horned Warrior because of the synergy with Resin Block, right? Can I get away with playing any of you on bottom floor? Kind of, maybe. If Rector dies, we're kind of screwed. I can't self-ping. I guess we're going to play Rector top floor. It's fine. I am going to drop the Branded Warrior on him, just so he has a tank if she decides to come upstairs next turn. And then I guess Paraffin Enforcer punches some guys. We'll take the Garbo vent. It's fine. He does a punch. Sure. He's probably dead. He is dead, in fact. That's okay. Let's get our explosives active. Worth. That's a really strong turn I'm happy to play into. Oh no, Paraffin Enforcer died. It's fine. Top floor, she does get killed, or rather kill Branded Warrior, and that's okay. Here, look, good torch. Kill the big scary man. Love that for me. I'm going to also go ahead and drop in the giraffe upstairs because we have a lot of reforms here. All of them are good. All of them are good, yes. Be careful with adding other things to the pool. I want to reform somewhat consistently here. Okay, we get the Subsuming Blade. I'm going to go ahead and bomb downstairs because it's likely to actually kill something. I'm going to put the Paraffin Enforcer mid-floor because it punches a guy. It's pretty good. We're going to blast something bottom floor. Good. The 20 consumed torch kills a man on middle. Excellent. Cool. I may as well shoot. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the boss a couple times. It's fine. All we need to do is get some reforms out, and they are power plays. Everything we have here is a mega power play. Okay, so the angle here is this giraffe is going to murder. Right? So with that draft murdering, I'm going to play the Branded Warrior upstairs. Then I put the draft in the back. Now I'm going to shoot my own Branded Warrior. I know. It's fine. Play the Hallow Drippings, touch nothing else. Okay. Yeah, our goal now is to elevate her. So it's Tombed Explosive downstairs. This guy pummels. Then we go Paraffin Enforcer. We're going to pop the tank in front here. I'm going to torch out the guy on top floor because I don't want to deal with him. I'm going to pop that guy downstairs. It pushes another 80 through. I'm also going to play a drag down because this actually adds a sizable amount of damage. We chill. Okay. Bombs into the boss. Absolutely. I'm going to play the Welder Helper upstairs because this armor is relevant, and it does die. We go Branded Warrior middle. It's an extra 100 or something damage. Let's kill the 5-1 up top. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I also think it's worth it to put the drag down. It is just damage at this point. I'll take it. And I vent once, and I think we actually get the kill upstairs. We do. Okay. Now, whatever I get, I think we kill with. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You know why? Because you get the Paraffin Enforcer down. This guy's got 1,000,000 hit points. We just dropped the Hallow Drippings. We're chilling. Now, I did misplay here by not... I'm going to just go ahead and take the bomb, and I'm going to kill my own Rector here. He does not matter. We just drop in Entombed Explosive, and he's as good as Rector, if not better. So, it's like a one-round business. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good. I still got the Subsuming Blade scaling. Big fan. We should take Wax and Spike. We should take Wax and Spike. Although Alloy of the Ancient's not bad, admittedly. Note that we didn't see a Molded, so we have to be very careful with Rector. If he dies, we might lose. Subsuming Blade scaling going strong. We're at 26 piercing already. I have this remove consume hollow drippings. I don't know. Wax and Spike is nice because it is stats. It's good use for my Ember later on. Formless Child is also something fun here. An extra plus 20 on Extinguish, which is pretty cool for a Reform deck. I mean, if you could get that into the draft goes mad with power too. You end up with plus 30 from dying, which, I mean, outrageous. But one of the things you have to be careful about is you want to really draw them on turn 1. So a Paraffin Enforcer infused draft is more powerful, I think. The other problem is Formless Child's Infusion. Pretty much only viable here in draft. You would need to really clean up this deck. It's going to be very hard to actually play this later. This is a tough call. Alloy or Wax and Spike. I'm going to take the Alloy for just Rector. I think our survivability is a little flimsier here. Now, they do show it to me. Horned Warrior. Horned Warrior triple hitting with draft resin block scaling is nuts. I think Paraffin Enforcer is still stronger. Yes. I also want to call out that Lady of the Reformed could be okay here. She slows me down a little bit. Is she good enough? No, I don't think she is. It's tough. I can't actually... I don't really benefit from this Hellvent all that much. It's going to be into Subsuming Blade, though, I think. We're probably looking at a draw, then space angle. I'm going to be redrawing the Subsuming Blade constantly. Eventually, this will just kill heavies, though. So that's like... I mean, this is just like targeted crushing demise at that point, which is going to be nuts. And Dark Calling is not affected by card draw, so... A Horned Warrior in an alternative universe, I think, really crushes this, but I think the Paraffin Enforcer, because we already have it, wins. The Lady slows me down, though she is good, right? We don't even have any upgrades in our Paraffin Enforcer, though. We could just give this goon 25 health, and he's a super tank. So let's just skip this. Let's also not underestimate how powerful Rail Beater is here with a draft infusion. Dark Calling with Resin Block, you truly have so many lines here. We don't need to switch, though, is the thing. Draw cards right now. I'm not utilizing my space effectively yet, so let's just go ahead and take card draw for the moment. We could always see Railhammer or something. I'm still going left because it is stronger than the alternatives, so deal with it, I guess. I cut Train Stewards. I'm actually going to cut a Branded Warrior so I can get this Paraffin Enforcer dead faster, and then we're going to cut a Train Steward. Our units are Garbo, super Garbo. Consumer of Crowns. He's also here, yet no thanks, buddy. No thanks. The dupe here is simple. I think it's Subsuming Blade, and this is going to quickly get to the point where it's killing lots of enemies. They don't ever... I never feel bad having a second one scaling and not duping this later, you know? This is okay. Dark Calling 2, please. You could take the Accumulator Pivot, but... it's actually not bad. Keeping him alive a little better. Huh. It's interesting because with the current setup, I'm already getting plus 15 per reform, which is essentially Dark Calling 3. Do I need plus 25 per reform? I think if I'm using Paraffin Enforcer, the answer is no, so the Accumulator Pivot may actually be stronger. It lets me play Rector into top floor Divinity comfortably. And he's a better Relentless tanker. Honestly, I'm going to take the Accumulator Pivot here. I think it's actually good for this. Divine Horde. What could this be? Double Wax or Snuffer Ping? Something like that? Sure. I mean, we'll look at it. Sketches. It's terrible. Trader's Quill. I have a 1 trigger for this. Consumed Crown. I'm going to take the Consumed Crown, I guess. I suppose. It's fine. It's not good. It's unfortunate. That's a bad 15 shards to take. We're at 65 here. Multi-strike. I'm pretty powerful, but I think we get away with this. You get away with this because of the subsuming blade angles. I was thinking about playing bottom floor. Not actually that important here. I could still do it. Get some good reform action immediately. I'm going to play the explosive bottom floor no matter what. It kills a man. Then you get the Paraffin Enforcer down here. And then would you torch in the back here for sure? Phew, okay. The question really is just like, do I need something better here? I don't know. Is this good enough for me? I think this is good enough for me. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm actually happy with that. 22 damage in the back. I could play some dregs and get them killed. It's good to have a couple of these in angle, right? Like, have some cards down that I'm going to be reforming. If you can comfortably get the bottom floor play, you have a lot of options, which I like. Cool, we just go ahead and... interesting. I have the Subsuming Blade online, so let's just kill this big scary guy on mid-floor. Great, get him out of there. We get the Collector for it. I drop the Entombed Explosive here. Good stuff. He kills a man. Wonderful. Let's get some alloy into my man. And I want to get the draft in the pool. And we chill on the rest of these cards. Cool. We will be taking space eventually. That guy lived with 1 health. Yeah, outrageous. Outrageous. Let's put... We have double Subsuming Blade. One of these is going bottom floor, for sure. The weaker one. One of these goes middle floor. For sure. We just kill a guy. Seems good to me. Pew. Get rid of that. Now, I take an 8-8. I can't do better, can I? No, I cannot. That's okay, right? We just play good dreg, and he slaps. And we play other good dreg middle, and he kills, and that's good. And then we vent for 3, I suppose. It'll have to do. Yeah. I take a little bit there to Rector, but it's not that bad. We're almost at the point where we can kill backlines here, which is fun. Or, heavies. 32, we're very close. I do wish to get the explosive in. Solid. The weaker one should clear... Let me make sure I'm not leaking. I'm not right now. The weaker one clears this guy, so the bomb clears the other guy. Now, another consideration here is to get Paraffin Enforcer down. He also clears mid-floor if I play this smart, right? He does, it's true. And then he burns out. I'm actually better with that, right? True. That's good. Don't want this dreg on this floor, I've decided. Yeah, so we're going to ping out back guy or a front guy upstairs. We clear this whole floor. And I think we chill here. Yes. I get a reform. Ooh, this is kind of perfect. If you can support this on the floor, you're golden. Problem is, this is not connecting with... What's the angle? Play the draft, shoot the draft, I think. Trying to assemble a winning floor above, I think, maybe. It's an interesting choice. I think it is play the draft, shoot the draft. We're going to get this guy down anyway, so I should torch him out. No, it doesn't actually matter. Right. I'd like to keep... There's the chance that this works out in my favor. Let's put the Paraffin Enforcer in this floor. I realize he's burning out pretty quickly, but... Wait, end turn there. Okay, we get big dregs, which is not ideal. We can pop one of these guys. Yeah, my floor is burning out here, so he's not doing a great job. Let's go ahead then and kill the place Subsuming Blade into my own ally, so I can get the Entombed Explosive in with the other big drag, and that gets the kill for me. Good. Harvest Rector actually doing work. I had to think about how this was going to look, but even my dregs are high-powered here, so we're okay. What is this? Melting Spout? You know, it's funny, because it's not terrible. It's bad for the one that has Burnout 1, admittedly, but it's not terrible otherwise. I could use them to face tank. Eventually, the floors are definitely going to hit hard enough. I don't hate this. If they end up getting reformed, I'm going to grab it, as bizarro a world as that is. Fatal Melting. No, I have the Vent, which is a good target for a Tendon Piercing or something. Something that has access to backlines. It's not as important with these double Subsuming Blades scaling up. They're in the 38-41 range. Let's skip this. I think it's fine. What else do we have? March of Shields, Branding Right, Battering Ram. None of these are bad, but I do want to consider what is my deck doing after a certain point. I don't have good -1 targets. I'm going Steel Shop here for sure. I need to look at these. There was no Steel Shop on Ring 4, and I didn't go to the one on Ring 3. Is there a world where I'm going Steel, 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 very likely? Or it might be quad steals. It really depends on what I see. I'd love to hit, like, quick multi-strike. At least I get the draft into the Paraffin Enforcer coming up. But I have options for -2s that I should really consider. Let's grab the Branding Right. This is good into Rector. I'm fine with this. It's a good -2 target. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Also a good double stack target if I go that route. Thanks, Malika. No thanks. I don't want your 10 shards for nothing. I'm going Steel Shop here. Grab money. Look in the Steel Shop real quick. We get a Large Stone. It's trash. We don't want it. We get another. We get the -2 and the Tendon Piercing. I am going to go draft Infusion here for sure. Yeah, Paraffin Enforcer online. We love to see it. 90 shards? I don't know if I actually want these. Maybe I do. We'll consider it. Large, Battle, Strength. Reroll this. It's all bad. Quick is good. Quick is great here because he can attack. They can clear floors, and then they just burn out, and we bring them back. Quick Multi is functional here, but also Quick 25 is fine. I'd love Quick Multi, though. I think would be the ideal choice. We're going to click that quick there. That's good. There's no way we ever fill this slot in case we overstack here, because if I miss on the overstack, I want to be able to go to the multi-strike. It's just a gamble, but if I get Tiny Stone, whatever. Strength Stone? It's a shame I don't get to play that. I'm definitely not putting it in. What do I do with... Is there a Bone Rattler play here at all? No, there's not. No. It's funny, but no, there's not. It really is funny, but there's not. It's just a Bone Shine angle, and then we take the random health. Yeah, we go Bone Shine, we take random health. That's good. It's one of the rare cases where I'm actually just fine with that. Now, how strong do I actually feel? Like, Tendon Piercing on Event is cool. But it's also fully redundant with Subsuming Blades. At this point, like, Subsuming Blade with 2 of these, I just redraw these. They're killing anything I want, basically. And they're going to get to the point where they're killing 75 hit enemies, which opens up a lot of targets. The Vent is not bad. The one thing that you have to consider here is this Vent providing enough value that it justifies its existence? I grabbed this Vent before I saw the -2, so... The -2 enables the Subsuming Blade to be so consistent, and the holdovers as well. I don't think that's the angle. I do think this -2 is pretty cool, though. I'm thinking we -2. Where are my dupes? There's one coming up. And there's one at the end. I think I have to take them both, actually. As unfortunate as it is that I'm going to be duping this man with only 1 upgrade, I think it's correct. Even if I could have done, like, plus 25 and like a plus 10 or something. I mean, they didn't show me a plus 25, did they? No, I didn't think so. I might have actually considered it. No, the thing is if they had a plus 25, plus 10, okay, fine. But I think I'm going to dupe this guy anyway. We can give 1 health and 1 multi-strike later and then dupe that guy. The thing is you really want 3. You really want 3 targets for Rector to reform consistently. Because you're going to have turns where things are wrong and you're just like, man, this is not panning out. Fine. You're going to need some extras. And you want your extras to be powerful, aka your main unit. So I'm looking at 2 dupes, which takes me to 120. A -2 here is pretty good. This opens up a really big double stack play, potentially. Possibly. I am going dupe, steel shop, so I don't know if I'm ever actually doing anything with the magic shop, but at least -2 makes this playable, I guess. I'm going to click it. I think that's fine. We skipped the 10 in piercing. I'm okay with this. I'm going to go ahead and, given the fact that I'm going to a dupe and no shop coming up, let's buy double removals on train stewards. Every clear here is worthwhile because we have so much trash in our deck right now. We move on. Okay, this is a bit scary if it's Crystal Cloak. Okay, thanks, Monster Train. Very cool. We have Harvest Rector to help with this, though. Okay, I'm going to need to do some cheeky stuff with Welder Helpers, I think, here. The alloy, I'm playing top floor for sure. I need Rector to have the turns. I'm going to take the aggressive amulet here. I have a combo of Jack Strips plus Subsuming Blade to buy turns. I'm okay with this. We do get the Burnout 1 upstairs. Great news. Rector at least gets some scaling. I should ping one of these guys out and play the explosive otherwise. This thing actually just straight up does not die, which is hilarious to me. I do get my reforms. I can actually get this thing killed, can't I? It's worth playing a drag. Yeah, fine. Too powerful. He's too powerful, in fact. Okay, so we are going to continue to pummel the floor. My one angle is I want a Welder Helper and ping it out upstairs. It's good scaling, but most importantly, it does a lot of work otherwise. Draft, Paraffin Enforcer, chillin' middle, I think. Just crumbles some stuff. I guess we can do a Welder Helper, Torch, Branding right upstairs, and then I get the quad vent play. I think I am going to put down a dreg, because it, I think, almost kills this guy. We get the 4 in the back for that. We are looking like we should be able to defeat this thing. Alloy upstairs is your friend. I do get the Welder Helper. That just straight up burns out and kills a guy, incredibly. Mid-floor is clearing itself. It's good. It's very good. My reforms are looking pretty dismal next turn. I could consider a bomb. Explosive, rather. Scary looking floor. Doing 60. This is a very terrifying floor. I'd like to draw my Subsuming Blades, please, Mr. Monster Train, I think. That would be nice. I could save the health upstairs and get a harvest in. And get +5, actually. It's a pretty good swing. We're going to Subsuming Blade this guy again, I think. Yeah, so we get the double kills here, and I'm actually okay with that. Torch this guy, because you may as well. Sure. Reforms are okay here. I finally see a Subsuming Blade. I'm going to work on the scary man in the back first, because of course I am. I do wish to play... I mean, is Welder Helper super relevant here? Maybe. This guy's got tons of hit points. I might keep him on the floor just because I drew the Hallow Drippings here, which is kind of stupid, but fair. I'm going to keep him active. He's doing 43. You get that draft in front. That's pretty good. I don't want further dregs in play. I need to do reforms into the draft if possible. I'm going to Subsuming Blade in front. Coming up. True. I'm going to play downstairs, I suppose. I could play this upstairs. I'm going to play downstairs. It's fine. Get that guy shot. It's okay. Torch him because he's scary. And we don't get these dregs shot, I don't think. Okay, it's a tough draw. Tough set of draws. So, pop one guy here for sure. This guy upstairs, not looking great for me. I have some options, but they're not great. I could just play a dreg, but that's not particularly strong. Ugh. It's a real shame. This guy's gonna pummel me. He really pummels me because of bad draws here. I don't want to give him armor. I can do a pretty good chunk to him and skip the Subsuming Blade scaling on this particular turn. But then this next floor really threatens me. I can't get the burnout... I can't get the tomb killed here is the part of the issue. He has too much health. Immediately Melting Spout betrays me. Although he has a lot of health, so I don't really mind this either. I could self-ping. It only does 40, though. I don't want to clog this floor, but I guess they do burn out, and I can always shoot them later. Save 17 there. I don't love this angle, but it comes pretty close to clearing him. What is this looking like? Am I willing to trade however much health this is? What is this? 156? He's got 16 armor, and he's going to take 115? That can't be right. I did something wrong on the math there. He's got 172, and he's taking 115. So he's 57. Right now, he's taking 2 hits on me for 34. If I push Subsuming Blade here... Yeah, if you push the Subsuming Blade here, you save yourself 17 health, which I think we have to do. I just cannot conceive how I would do this otherwise. The real question is, do I want to Hallowed Drippings this floor? Do I ever do that? I think 11 burnout in the back might be necessary. Gross. I don't love it. They'll get pummeled. I mean, he almost died. It was so unfortunate. Okay, top floor is horrifying. Let's get stats downstairs. We're buying turns here. Top floor. Deal with the scary guys. This back thing must pass away. 100% it must pass away. And I'd like... I'm a little shy on the vents here. I think we get this kill if I kill this front guy, right? Because think about this world. The 18 and the 12 then swing into Frontman, right? Frontman blows up, killing the middle guy, the Sycophant. Okay. Then I do 31, 23, 43. Let me math this out. 31, 43, 23 is 97. I think this guy does 12 damage to me if I play it this way. Yes, I think he hits me once. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay. Right, let me math this out. This guy's got 95 plus 26, and he's taking 79. 42. Unfortunately, he actually hits me for 24. Gross. Let's play the drag downstairs. My goal is to bait turns. More dregs doesn't help here, unfortunately. And I am, sadly, just a shy bit off on the vent. Man, imagine this 10 piercing vent would have actually saved me a ton. Although it could have cost me more, too. It's hard to say. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. 2 swings. Ouch. Okay. Now, my goal here is to buy turns. Where's my... Hallowed Drippings is in the pool. Always play the Entombed Explosive downstairs. That's just for sure. This baits 3 turns straight up. Now, we're at a point where adding more doesn't necessarily do much for me. I can actually bait 4 turns, I think. He burns out in 3 is the problem. Okay, I think we shoot the dreg here. Yeah, I think we shoot the dreg. Now the question then becomes 3 turns. It's going to burn out unless I roll into Hollow Drippings. Not impossible. Go ahead and torch this guy. I'm debating. I think this is a 100%, by the way, Boneshine turn. Let's go. Yeah, 100% Boneshine turn. Where's my Paraffin Enforcer going? Where is Paraffin Enforcer going? He doesn't help on middle. If I can draw into this on top floor, that's great. I think I play him in front on top. And the answer is simple. The reason is simple, because if he... Now, my burnout, I could actually kill him. I was thinking I could put him in front and tank, but I can just do that with anything else here. Let's kill him, actually. Bizarrely enough, I think killing him is the right choice. It's a little bit of scaling, but the main reason is because if I can reform him, it gives me 4 turns, and he gets to swing on her. True. Okay. Pray. This is winnable. This is winnable. Yeah, he gets the swing. So to make this work, we put him in middle here, and we get the kill. Unbelievable. I don't even want to mess with this to try to get Subsuming Blade scaling. I guess I could have done a little bit better, right? Yeah, I could have gotten the scaling. I was just a little bit spiced out, scared a bit. You don't want to disrespect. I wanted to make sure the math checked out in case I needed to ping her, but we got it. Unreal, Crystal Cloak, challenges, making me work for it. Sacred Wicks is honestly really good here, and I should click it. And I'm going to. Having some kind of a reform is your friend. Last Stand is potentially nuts once I actually get the dupes going, but they're already going to scale out of control. I think it's fine. Alright, we go left. I need to make these dupes happen. We're going to look in the caverns first, simply because if I see a tiny stone, this does work out in my favor. Heartstone is... Is this good enough? Maybe. I could also just give everything Petrified Heart. I'm not healing, right? Oh yeah, this is actually super Petrified Heart, huh? Yeah, this is 100% Petrified Heart. I'm not healing, and my self-pings are already way beyond the point where they're going to get stopped. Yeah, we just take 10 health on everyone. Let me verify that one side. I don't have Purifying Cleanse, right? Right. Okay. No healing, no healing, no lifesteal, no lifesteal. Yeah, we take Petrified Heart. Cool. I'm quite pleased with that. Trade Boneshine for that, I suppose. Plus 30. Intrinsic. Okay, and that means I'm going to remove Train Steward here. I'm going to remove a Dreg to try to improve card draws. I don't love these torches, but they're 20 consumed targets. And I would rather... I'd rather clean up my reforms, because these dregs are essentially unplayable after a certain point. The dupe here is just my Paraffin Enforcer man. Okay, Intrinsic is not it. Plus 30, I mean, honestly, should I make Vent better? Yes, I think I should. That is worthwhile. I realize I didn't give it the 10 in piercing, but the plus 30 swings that differently. I'm good with that. Now, I'm going to warn you all. I don't actually think we're finishing this run before I have to break for work for a moment, so we may revisit this afterwards. We may revisit this after. I could, believe it or not, I could actually begin the process of keeping one of my draft guys alive because we drew the Hollow Drippings on turn 1. Actually pretty decent. I'm going to do that, as bizarre as it sounds. We're just going to let it go. It's so much stronger not to do this, though, right? It's so much. It's free scaling to just let it sit. It's better. Don't do this. It's actually much better. I'm going to get one dreg killed downstairs just to put him in the pool. All right, we chill. It's okay. Alright. Great news. So the other angle is we go Welder Helper upstairs. Of course, I kill him. I'm going to Subsuming Blade him out. I play the Draft Buddy. He burns out. We're going to go ahead and Alloy the Ancients here. This Draft friend is going to start playing on lower floors and just punch enemies out. It's good. Could play the Reforms. I don't want to. We'll wait. Yeah, we're fine. We're chilling. Go ahead and play these guys on lower floors. They're doing good work. I do wish to keep scaling where possible. It's true. I'm going to drop in Dreg that got reformed because that's pretty decent, I think. Mid-floor clears itself. I think I will torch out top floor just to do something to his spell shield. Leave out those Dregs. We're looking on doing as much as we physically can here. All pretty strong stuff. The burnout upstairs is your friend. Armor is good. We're in a tricky situation, but I can Entombed Explosive and shoot it repeatedly and be okay with this. You play this guy on bottom floor and he gets some scaling. Interesting. I'm gonna kill upstairs then. We torch here and we actually get a kill, unbelievably, which is pretty cool, I think. Yeah. Now I'd like to connect with my Paraffin Enforcers here, so let's avoid self-pinging in any fashion. Right. I want to avoid self-pings. I could get armor upstairs. I want to actually play the Welder Helper in, I think. We don't need this Ember for anything. Mid-floor. 46 health on this guy is a large number. Get some scaling down. Play the explosive bottom. He does kill a man, which is kind of cool. And then I think we start the kills on middle. We do 56 here. I want to avoid anything else. Let's go ahead and torch out Arcus there, and we chill. I get both drafts back. Now, one of these goes upstairs. They're both pretty good. One has gotten a couple kills, so I'm going to play him. My hope is that this guy gets the Hallow Drippings coming up and begins the process of killing. I'd like to... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. He drops in. Power plays. We drop the other one downstairs. Looking even better. He kills a man too. Exceptional news. Shoot that guy. Seems good. We get our reforms on a bomb, which is fine. I don't see a reason why not to take the bomb there. I could get the scaling. I don't want to put this drag in, huh? An incant up top. Let's do this middle. 59, 59. We get the kill. I just go ahead and shoot in the back. Take the scaling at least. It's fine. Good. Okay. I'm fine with this. All right. Right. Now, I can't jam everything together here, which is okay. We're looking for... Right, we have the angle. I need to get strong dreg in this floor. I actually think the Welder Helper is just straight up better. It's been reformed enough times and has gotten enough kills and gives me armor. So we drop him in the back. We want him behind the Enforcer. Hallow Drippings here for sure. Right, think about this just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and hit that vent up top to save this health. It's good. I'm thinking my reforms today are double bombs, which are okay to me. They're okay. Play this drag middle. Double bombs is pretty good to me. I can kill the man on bottom, which I like. Getting rid of him is your friend. And then I think the other shot here is just into Arcus. We begin doing damage. Yes, I think this will have to do. Then we get double bombs downstairs, which truly, this guy has stealth, so I don't actually think we're deriving a lot of value here. But I mean, I do think, do we just shoot him for 120 every turn? Is that good enough? Maybe. Probably. Probably. He does have stealth. He's going through the stealth. I think, do we shoot him for that much? Draw 4 and 4? Maybe. It's tricky. I think he actually does get swung on by something here. Go ahead and click the vent for sure. I'd like to hit the Hallow Drippings, is kind of where I'm at. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this man for now. I think it's helpful. He gets hit once. Okay, fine. Go ahead and click Sacred Wicks here. Yeah, that's strong. You drop in the guys. Yeah, alright, cool. Power plays. Alright, with that turn, I don't feel like I need to guarantee the Hallow Drippings here. We just keep shooting, I think. It's burning out in 2. And he's still burning out in 2 is the thing. Same exact thing, right? I guess we just shoot the boss, right? There's no reason not to. Do some damage? Yeah, fine. It's a very strong turn. And then we're chilling. We win upstairs. Absolutely, no questions. I think we can get some scaling. Shoot in the back. And then you play the Heartless guy, and then we shoot him again. Cool. Great, in fact. That gets some extra scaling on our subsumings, which I think go to 62 there. Pretty solid. Okay. Alright, looking decent. Dark Deal, another second chance at Last Stand. There's a point where clicking this just wins the run. I'm going to go ahead and click this. I skipped it once. I'll take it the second time. I do need space. I need those. There needs to be the world where I have Rector and then 2 Paraffin Enforcer friends on the floor. So we are taking space on this run. We didn't see Railhammer. I'll take a Divine Artifact, maybe? Health? Not very good. It's not going to be a lot. Divine Scorched Steel? I think 25 gold is worth more to me than these. Yeah, we chill. I'm going to go to the steel shop. Oh my god, Malika, go away. No. Steel shop. I need plus 25 into some of these. Some removals are good. Yeah, all of this is excellent. If I see a multi-strike, I'm chillin'. Archstone is terrible, in fact. Among the worst things I could play or run into. Temple says -2. Meh, maybe. Maybe. I'll think about it. I don't think it's that. I'm going to re-roll this shop. It's all terrible. Endless? A plus 25 in one of these guys is at least worthwhile. I'm taking that. I'll save the other slot for something else. Do I actually click Endless on the explosive? I don't think that's good enough, really. I could have Endless Burnout 1'd a Welder Helper. I don't know about that either. I don't really need it. Vortex here is cutting garbage stuff. Dregs need to go. And then, yeah, so I'm going to have to sadly take a momentary break here. And then you're not going to notice a gap whatsoever simply because there's nothing that will gap, right? It'll just be a blip in time for you. Maybe the music will bounce. Who can even say? But not really that big of a deal for you all. But I will not be able to finish this run in time for when I have to duck out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think I am going to clean up this deck to the point where I'm ready to move on, though. And then we'll just pop back in and move on when we're ready for that. I'm going to drop 1 Dreg here. I mean, I actually think we could kill both Dregs here and get away with this, because I have the Entombed Explosives. Although I could consider the Endless angle on one of these. One of them has Burnout 1 Endless. It's just so weak. If I'm not... This is a bad redraw every turn. It costs Ember. I hate it. Really don't like it. I'm going to purge a Dreg here. And I think we hang out. I honestly, unbelievably do think that the torches are better cards than the dregs, because the torches I could at least play to get rid of damage shields. Some of these dregs are truly unplayable messes that ruin my run. If I can get Subsuming Blades to 75, I think I'll feel very good about this run. That's the threshold. So I need what? 5 more kills on each? It's actually a tough sell. I think we chill here. Okay, so I think this is the moment where I move on. Do I -2 last stand? No, I don't think so. We're going to be playing enough zero-cost turns. I don't think we need to worry about it. I want to... 150 walking into Divinity is probably okay. All right. Cool. Okay, well, I will return in a moment, and you all will notice the blip. I'm telling you so that you're not surprised by the existence of the blip, because I think that would be rude for that to simply just happen, and you go, what happened? But anyway, I'm staying here because that way you can be sure that nothing has happened on the run, and I will return shortly, and you will, I guess, just chill. If I can remember how to actually pause. There it is. Behold the button. All right, I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. It's only been like 45 minutes or something. It's not that bad. I just have to remind myself briefly of whatever our run was doing. Okay, I feel like we have a pretty good command of this. It's just going to be slow turns. And then there was a -2. Yeah, that's right. There's a -2 in here that no one actually wanted, because I'm not really spending Ember in this particular run. By the time I actually play this last stand, it won't matter, right? Cool. All right, we'll move on. We're going to be going to, yes, the dupe with Steel Shop on ring 8. With any luck, we find a multi-strike, and then dupe the multi-strike version, and then we feel very confident into the run. If we don't hit, that's okay. I think we still make it just because of draft plus resin block, and then the Harvest Rector angle. So, cool. All right, let's move on then. 135 out of 100, ring 7. Let's do it. Okay. This is Winged Horde, which makes... Ooh, I like money. But it does make... I can just Subsuming Blade out everything here, pretty much, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that's possible. So, as long as I draw them early enough, and because I have 2 of them, I think we can do it. This is actually a really good combat for scaling these 2. I was talking about needing 5 kills each for these to hit 75, which I would like to have by Divinity, because there's a 75 HP threshold that's very powerful. You start killing those, you know, the guys from ring 1 that get upgraded. I think we're fine here. We have piercing damage stuff. We're going to make it. Also, we saw one on turn 1, which is just straight up incredible. We just immediately start doing work on this. We're going to drop Draft Buddy and then play this and chill. I'm going to shoot the guy in the middle here so he dies to a Collector play. Or rather, he dies to Jack Strips, I mean. All good. Cool. Excellent. We get this man back. I go ahead and do other man upstairs. I get both of them now. So now we're just super online, right? Play this friend here. We do 76 and we're chilling, I think. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't think we need to do anything with this Dreg. I guess I can play the Dreg? You might as well, right? That seems fine. Okay, now... worth noting, I did draw into a very powerful Hallow Drippings angle. I can also... Ooh, this is really good. Hold up. So, as bizarre as this is going to be, I self-shoot on middle floor. Yeah, and then we go, why would you do that? We drop the Sacred Wicks, and now we have... full power upstairs with the drippings on the turn, and this is crush now, right? This is 100% crush. Doesn't even matter what we shoot. We're going to scale out of control from this position. As long as we get kills, we're going to be fine. Wow, this guy takes 300 damage and still does not perish. We're going to shoot him then in order to guarantee that kill. Good grief. What do you mean? I am going to... Oh my gosh, this is a lot of damage. We actually... 40... 50? This guy does actually die? Incredible. He dies. I would like to make sure I'm actually reforming something is kind of the point here. Yeah, we can just cycle bombs. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah. We just cycle bombs and we're chilling, I think. Okay. Top floor, I think, does just clear, right? Yeah, they do just 73, 73, and then 92, 92 gets this kill. And now we just focus on subsuming blade scaling wherever possible. Ooh, don't want to play that into a... It doesn't matter. It's fine. We just let it ride. We're good. Cool. This is about as good as I think that we could have hoped for here. We just shoot all of the things and get scaling. They're currently looking like they're at the 80, 74, chillin'. Super chillin' here. Incredible news, actually. I guess I'll vent that. Sure, why not? Fair. And now it's just whenever I see the rage doubler, we just play it and we win. Cool. Anyway, we play it and we win. Branding right. Hallow drippings. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and... I want to take scaling where I can get it. Do I have reforms? I have a reform. So the play is you shoot one of these guys, because this guarantees you have 2 cards that get reformed, so I can always shoot them next turn. And then we may as well shoot this guy as well, I think, and just chill on that. Sure. Seems fine. And we super win this combat. It's just a question of, can I get enough scaling out? And the answer is yes. Absolutely, I can. Cool. We're over 80, 86 right now. Perfect. We're in great shape. Easy combat, easy run. Good. Now this gets even better once I actually have a third one, so I can play one to soften up lower floors. Very good. Engulfed in Smoke is not bad. You see, that one of the problems that you run into with these decks, the same problem you have with Firelight Fade decks, actually, is you want to make sure your deck is doing something on the turns beyond what your champion is doing. So your champion is doing major scaling, great. Rector is doing his thing. You play your units, they're slapping, it's great. We want to play our subsuming blades, they're excellent. But the part that you want to watch out for is, I just draw a bunch of torches, okay? I don't click them. You see how much I'm wasting my turns? Because my combat is strong, like I'm powerful, but I'd like it if my cards were doing something. So this is going to be really strong into Divinity, so let's particularly emphasize Engulfed in Smoke here. Important work, impressive. Impish Scholar? There are plays for it here, but I don't think any of them are particularly interesting. Let's skip it. A lot of money here. I'm going for the dupe. There's a good chance we hit. I hope we do. So another quick. There's a plus 25 I'm not grabbing quite yet. Encased Ember. Winged Indulgence is actually pretty decent. Alright, I don't want a second quick here. I'm going to gamble this because I would really love to see a multi-strike. Yo, we got it. Alright, cleans up. The run cleans up. Okay, now, before I do this dupe, actually, let me see, what was this here? Plus 25 and a plus 10. Hold out hope, because there could be a Firestone Housing in the reroll, and I would love to just toss an extra plus 25 and plus 10 on these guys. Removals are going to be more valuable to me than anything else. Like, just being clear, Winged Indulgence is cool, but if I can purge a completely useless torch, that's even better. We're going to look at the temples. Okay, Purge. Honestly, hey, Purge Torch is strong. Yeah, get out of here. That's a really effective use of my plays. Now, I could, like, spell chain the branding, right? I just don't think the spell chain is that valuable. If I do it anywhere, it's going to be on Vent. Pseudo Inferno, potentially. Let's re-roll this. I'm actually more interested in removals than anything here. Collection of Tails is slow. Flicker's Liquor is kind of fun. I mean, that makes the remaining things just kind of free. We're going to click that because that's a really good pickup. We did not see Firestone Housing, so I'm not really mad about it, though. I am going to dupe that thing. We're going to purge here. I'm going to leave one Dreg in because I think it makes sense. I'm going to purge 2 Torches, and I think that's going to be the play. The Welder Helpers are also a little depressing here, but there's only so much I can remove, right? Most of my deck is useless. So let's cut a torch. Let's cut another torch. The last one gets purged, and this is about as good as I guess I can hope my deck can be. I'm going to dupe multi-striking version here for sure. That's got the multi-strike and the quick. Yes. All right, great. Cool. And at 160 out of 100 for this Train of Thought episode, I feel really good about this. I think we have the tools to win. Could take a plus 10 somewhere. I mean, at this point, you may as well upgrade something. So here, sure, plus 10 into Entombed Explosive. You have earned it, bud. This thing is going to live longer than anyone wants because of this stupid melting spout. The last question is just, do I spell chain the vent? I don't know. That's a tough question. You could do this pretty comfortably. It's pretty decent. I think we do this. It's a nice play. It adds some value there. I could go 200 here. Hold up. Is there a infuse here that makes me feel good about this run? Straight up bomb into bomb is probably pretty decent. I should be fast enough for this, right? I think actually the more I can condense this, I gain a lot of value out of doing something stupid like this. It's better than Imp and Imp, because the Imps I'm never going to be able to play on my floor, probably. I'm going to be assembling the squad, right? This, on the other hand, I can play on lower floors pretty comfortably. I'm actually going to go 200 here, believe it or not. I think that this is a 200 winner Dark Calling, and every condensation play I can make here is power. This is value that is derived from the removal of a unit. Now we're down to 22 again and we move on, I think. Chase is going to be a bear, but I think we can crush him. I'm not terribly worried about him simply because we'll be on multiple floors and scaling big time. Okay, I think we actually play Rector bottom floor here. Right? We do the single torch upstairs. On this guy, it purges. This is important because this guy now dies to jackstrips upstairs. Great. So that means I can play the Engulfed in Smoke downstairs comfortably. This is a 3-hitter. We're going to play him down here anyway and just see what this looks like. He doesn't actually do that much. I can pop 1 here. The fact that he gets shot is really the downside. I think we go Rector here. And then we play this Dreg, and then we Engulfed in Smoke and shoot one of these guys out, and we begin working to the best of our ability. This Dreg is going to do some good work. Okay, play the branding right, it's important. We have Subsuming Blades that we're playing. I would very much like a triple hitter downstairs. I think we need to be a little cautious. Yeah, he does some good work. I can actually get this Ember Drain guy shot, which I like. Him dying is very important. We'll play one guy upstairs. He burns out. I'm okay with it. This floor is cleared, essentially. I'm actually surprised that plays the way it does. It's because these Darkwings are just kind of very threatening. I'm fine with the Dreg burning out here. Am I? I don't want the Dreg burning out here, actually. I would like to guarantee I get 2 Paraffin Enforcers back. We sit on the Sacred Wicks for the moment. Alright. We did actually get the Ember Drain there, didn't we? That's true. Now, I can play doubles downstairs. These are pretty powerful. Or I can start assembling a squad upstairs, kind of interestingly. The guys in mid-floor are dying due to jack strips, so that's neat. We're going to shoot a man upstairs every time, right? Just 100%. Just get rid of that guy. He has 56 armor. I would like to assemble the squad upstairs. I actually think that is a pretty powerful play here. Yeah, they just crumble everything. We're going to armor up our buddy downstairs. I'm going to shoot one of the guys out with a consume torch and then kill the other one here with this torch, and that's okay. All right. And I think they're going to bounce around a bit and start clearing rage and things like that. I do have guys burning out. I'm not terribly mad about it, though, is the thing. Like, it's okay. We get burnout. What am I reforming here? It's one Paraffin Enforcer. And then anything else I guess I can kill on this turn. Top floor should clear out pretty well. We definitely play this guy downstairs. He's for sure going there. What an interesting challenge here. I don't really care about Mr. Dreg, but you might as well play him. He does get the kill. The thing is that I'm getting the Ember Drain here. I don't know if I care about it. It's a little annoying, but also kind of whatever. We're doing 300 to the boss here, which is pretty neat. I'm going to play this explosive thing mid-floor. I think I'm going... What am I playing at here? I think we're going to vent upstairs into the boss to put all of this damage into the boss here. I think I am going to Subsuming Blade once to get the kill on bottom floor without taking Ember Drain. And it is a simple, I'm going to double vent upstairs. That pushes an extra 90, which I think is worthwhile. Mid-floor, I'm going to actually put this into the boss, I think. Just numbers there is fine. Do I play out the Welder Helpers? I don't really want to. I guess I actually kill this middle floor guy. There's no reason to sit that attack on me. And we just sit on these Welder Helpers, I think. There's no guarantee that I see the Hallow Drippings fast enough to avoid this top floor guy burning out, so I think we just chill on this. I was considering the Welder Helpers into him in order to give him armor for Relentless, but I'm a little leery about it, I think. I think he has to go mid-floor, and yeah, he has to deal with this guy. Yeah, he's burning out for sure. I was confident about that, so that's fine. Let's put some armor up there. I think that's worthwhile. This guy should sit through to Hallow Drippings for sure. I can ping once in the back to guarantee we kill that floor. It's good. Bottom floor's burning out, so we're getting 2 Paraffin Enforcers back here, which is about as good as you could hope for. Just being clear about it. Yeah, I mean, we could get the explosive. I didn't think it would burn out there. Yeah, that's fair. So we might miss one. Alright, well, we'll see. Hey, we just hit. Just hit. It's fine. Okay, now... I think now we assemble a squad, right? Yes. Now we assemble the squad upstairs. Drop Min Tanker in front. Other guy in back. We get... It's a sad last stand. I'm going to Hallow Drippings there, though. That's nice. We're going to ping out a bunch of stuff on bottom floor because I would really like to avoid taking all this damage. This Ember Drain I don't really care about that much. It's fine. Don't play Welder Helper. Shoot this guy downstairs, I think. Yep. Good. He's now coming out ahead on health. Really, the only purpose of Rector is to assemble this floor. It is not actually to represent any Relentless value whatsoever. This guy's dying to jack strips. That floor is cleared. 100% that floor is cleared. Alright, I'm just going to vent into the boss, I think. Just shoot him twice. Seems good. We sit on this. I'm not going to last stand this with only one of them there. Like, we can do so much better. Just wait. Just wait. Yeah, cool. Top floor is clearing. It's excellent. I'm almost at 100. If I can get to 100 piercing, we do some mega work to these steel wings. But I think the play is just kind of chill, I think. I'm going to play these guys. I am going to stealth upstairs now. That seems fun. I could I could do a really nasty last stand that's very weak here. It got cut, so it's a little depressing. I think we ping this guy upstairs, actually, because it pushes numbers. I'm going to start taking out enemies and going for scaling opportunities here. It's good. I have no reforms for Relentless, but it also kind of doesn't matter. I don't think I'm going to get a great other opportunity for the doubler here. Yeah, I'm just going to click it at this point. It's fine. It's okay. He's not going to cut the floor anymore. It's last turn for Relentless. All good. Play the Hallow Drippings. Play the Branding right upstairs. Just shoot enemies out. Wow, we actually killed this guy. 92. Look at that. Bam. And then we just vent the boss as best as we can and we chill. Yeah, it's all fine. Cool. He does some shots. It actually falls behind. The enemy gets healed out of it, which is kind of hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and shoot my own imps here for scaling. And I think we cruise. Yeah, we cruise. Great. Don't mess around too terribly much here. Only one guy actually dies. The scaling here is outrageous. It's very fast. It's enough to win, that's for sure. Cool. Good. We beat him. Oh, what do I get? Because blank pages is terrible here if we see it. I'll take Shard of Divinity, though. That's the best pick we could have seen. I was hoping for this. This means I can play very... Well, it doesn't actually change how I play. Oh, yeah, Malika. I was over here thinking it couldn't be Malika. I actually forgot she was on this run. Do I take 60 health here? That's a lot of health. It's like a respectable amount of health to just take. If time is in a loop, death is not the end. Yeah, that's true, except I want to win this run. So don't tell me that. We're over 100 on both Subsuming Blades, by the way, so we are super online. These Subsuming Blades are about as weaponized as they can be. This is a ridiculous card. Outrageous how good those are. Is this worth 60? I mean, I think I would have maybe considered this more if I hadn't just high-rolled into Shard of Divinity. I'm just going to chill. 180 health. I think we clear this pretty comfortably. The 20 shards adds a sizable amount of health to the Divinity, adds damage to the Divinity. I'm just going to leave here. I think it's fine. Goodbye, Malika. Not a big deal. We are on train wreck levels, though, so here you go. It's a little scarier than I would normally like for Rector. Draw order will determine pretty much everything I do here. Cool. Actually, the fact that I get a ping on turn 1 is awesome. So, is it bottom floor? I think it is. I think it is bottom floor Rector here. Big healthy man goes down. He burns out. All good. Drop in the Rector. It's fine. 14 by 2. I'm going to shoot one of these guys for sure. I play one of these imps just to get it killed? I don't think so. This is gonna mess me up later. It's a bad turn 1, but at least we saw one of the things, right? Alright, looks spicy. It's gonna be okay. Because I can guarantee I connect with Engulfed in Smoke here, which is excellent. So play the Burnout 1 guy here, because he's always gonna die. Fine. Let's also play mid-floor, I suppose. I can vent middle out. Or rather, I'm going to vent middle, that's what I meant to say. And then I'll also play this other guy. Cool, and then I just stealth this and we chill for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and vent out middle because it's a good play. This guy is going to almost die to... Oh yeah, 100 damage right there up front to that. Kills the front guy as well. Perfect. Honestly, excellent. About as good as I could have hoped for, really. I'm going to go ahead and... Am I playing into Rector? What if I put a guy behind him? How does that look? A lot of damage I'm doing right there. That's kind of crazy. I want to play one into mid-floor here. That seems nice. Clears that. One's burning out. I could just stealth... Like, I could extend the burnout here, and I think I should. 107. You pop the front guy. I think he might kill mid guy. I'm going to torch upstairs. I don't feel like taking this 6. I don't think this last stand is happening here. Let's pop front guy here, because it puts the damage into a better place overall, and we chill, I think. Sure. Man does get beaten up, but that's okay. The quick means that they can do their whole business and are chilling, in fact. Bottom floor. I kind of like how this guy's got actually some health chilling on him, so... But I kind of also would prefer a stronger play, so we put this guy middle. I want to clear these out for sure. I'm going to Subsuming Blade one of these for sure. For sure. Yeah, pop that guy, 100%. I'll put the tomb in front of this as well, I think. That clears the whole floor, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does. Great. Well done. Let's pop guy in front so I put more damage into the boss. And let's sit one of these guys behind to soak here. I'm going to torch. Sure. Reforms are pretty weak right now, so I'm actually going to put this dreg in the pool just to cycle it. Yes, that's a very strong play into chains. Looking good. I can double pop my own units, or I can kill the back guys. Got an option there. Let's put this explosive down because it does take a ton of damage and just kill chains, which is awesome. I think we assume that our Paraffin Enforcers are going to die, and we use Rector as a tank for a stronger set of plays. So let's go ahead and ping in the back and just end these guys. Very good. We have enough guys dying that I'm not putting the drag back in right now. We chill here. We've almost stabilized. We've still got 5 turns, and we've cleared a lot of very, I don't want to say easy, but very critical thresholds here. All right, let's drop in Big Man in back. He does some serious work. We're going to pop the guy in front first with the weaker one, just so this damage goes into the Big Man. 795. I really want to play these together, actually. We're going to do like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and Hallow Drippings this for sure. For sure. I'm going to ping Spikes Man, I think. I think that's worthwhile. We'll take the branding right here. This is formulating a very strong floor. And then we get the guy that we just kind of cleans up upstairs and does fine there. Seems solid. I'm good with this so far. Just play the other guy up here. It's fine. He cleans up. Here's the Entombed Explosive. Wonderful. I get a vent down here, which is pretty cool. So we're going to double ping High Priest on this one. Because, yeah, my goal is to... Yeah, my goal here is to only take the 20 and the 10 here. Got 200 health. Looking pretty decent, actually. I guess we put this into the boss. I mean, he's spell shielded. I kind of wish the spell shield was visible on him, but we may as well vent this, right? I'm trying to think. The only thing that really matters, I think we connect maybe Rector's hit with the Divinity here. But I think we've stabilized here, right? This is full stabilization. Mid-floor cleans up, does some decent work. We're clearing mini-bosses. We're strong enough on... Yeah, like 110 clears front guy, which is huge. This whole floor now falls apart, which is just wicked. I get the Engulfed in Smoke, which is awesome. I just kill an enemy entirely. And we're casually also doing 415 on mid-floor because this guy's going mad with power. So I think this wins, right? I think we have it. Sure looks like it to me, if I'm being honest with myself here. And any damage we do, any pops we put here is just damage into Divinity. Sure, seems good to me. I mean, this is a ton of damage, right? And then you just drop Last Stand and you go completely victorious. Cool, great. Excellent work. Mid-floor actually does respectable too. I mean, if he had more burnout, I think he would crush it, but mid-floor is going to be fine. This guy does like a good chunk of damage. This bottom floor wins for sure though, yeah. Honestly, I mean, very straightforward. This is powerful Dark Calling. Very powerful Dark Calling. Didn't even need the Pyre Armor, so I'm glad I didn't make the fight harder for no real reason. And I think we're good. Yeah, cool. So ignoring the very annoying pause there, having to go and deal with work stuff, I think a pretty strong run of Monster Train. It is one of the things you got to watch out for. Dark Calling takes time. You've got to respect Dark Calling and how much effort it takes. So I am going to move a little quickly through this outro, I suppose. The main things to take away is that Draft is really good, and you really want your main scaler with Dark Calling to have Burnout 1 in an ideal world. So Draft is excellent because it gives you more hits, better scaling with the Dark Calling stats, and with Resin Block in this case, which was also huge. But then beyond that, you also get more hits, and just hits, it's more threatening, and it dies immediately for the immediate payback. Seeing the multi-strike at the end there was very helpful. I think we still win without it, but I have a less clean time of it, is the way I would describe it. We have a much, it's more challenging. We'll just put it that way. I also really want to emphasize 3 copies of the thing that you want to reform. You can see how that benefits me in Divinity. Just go back and watch that combat and you'll see why that's important. There's multiple turns where 1 is just chilling and 2 are in the pool. And you want to make sure you're being effective with your time. Plus, you've already invested so much time into these guys. Having an extra copy is good. You could maybe draw multiple on turn 1, which pays out with the Flicker's Liquor. Very nice. And go from there. I also, huge shout outs to Subsuming Blade crossing 100 hit points into the Divinity. We were just clobbering things left and right. This card was outrageously important here. Just, it could have been anything, but the fact that we started with it, saw the -2 and the holdover, it was chef's kiss. A beautiful payout for everything we wanted. Otherwise, a big shout out also to removing so much at the end. I think cutting all those torches was huge. We were redrawing quickly enough that I was actually able to see things like the engulfed in smoke in a way that mattered. I was able to redraw into the Hallow Drippings and formulate my kill floor quicker. We got that kill floor on Chased fast, actually. We also got it on Ring 7 pretty quickly, kind of surprisingly. We just kind of assembled it up top pretty early on, and they just kind of sit there. Chased was middle of the combat, but generally speaking, it worked out just the same. Then we just made sure enemies kept walking so that we were able to get some scaling early, and then he wins in Relentless, no problem. But Chased is, of course, the scarier element here, I think, because Divinity goes wide, and we have a lot of targets for our stuff, and we pretty much have the one floor just repeatedly punching him. Being able to get 2 guys behind a Harvest 2 Rector also, big payout. That's really nice. Doesn't always work out that way, and it didn't work out on Chased, but we assembled the winning floor anyway. Being flexible, knowing what they look like, and knowing how to assemble that floor is really important. It's a very difficult champion. I also think it's really strong, so there's that. Just my general take. But yeah, not much else to add. Space is important. You want to be able to fit your stuff, and that brings us up to 228 wins in the series, so go team. I'll let you go there. It's already kind of a pretty long episode. I've already taken a break, so let's do it. So yeah, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.